Happy NaNoWriMo. So I missed day one, but I did write. I got 458 words. So I made some progress. But today it's the second and it's 5:18, so it's time to get started for my writing. This is the Camp NaNoWriMo, so we have that. Got my day one words in there, and the goal is to get 40,000 words for my project of writing 4 different short stories around 10,000 words each. So a little sneak peek of what I have. So I'm working on this scene, so I kind of got just some bullet points of what I think needs to happen. And in my new planner that I used to use for my day-to-day stuff, I am using as my writing planner, and this is where I'm going to write my word sprints, and I'm going to go ahead in this blank space here write out some more scene details. Got another sprint in, which this was, I don't know why the time's weird. Slowly making progress. By the end of today, I need to be at 2667, and I'm only at 1189. It's the end of the day. I'm getting ready to join my online book club. We are reading Beach Read by Emily Henry. So I only got the 731s for day 2. It's okay. Making progress. That's all that matters. Slowly but surely making my way back up to be on track for my work in progress. It is our writing retreat day. So excited. So what I'm doing is, fingers crossed, I could finish the short story I'm working on. So I am trying to do a short story a week, which is definitely a challenge when you work full time, but I'm going to try to do it. So today is the catch-up day. It's Saturday, so then that means tomorrow on Sunday I am plotting out for the next short story. I'm finishing it through the end of July for Camp NaNoWriMo. So excited about getting these stories done so I can start doing the next draft, filling in the plot holes, building the characters, the scenery, all that, so I could release them starting in the fall to early 2025 under my new pen name. So excited about that. Okay, so let's get started with the writing routine, which is turning on my Scentsy to get my ambiance, as well as getting my tablet to actually have a video ambiance because I've rearranged this room yet again. You know how I mentioned that in the last few videos that I moved my filming downstairs into the basement. It is back up here in my office, and let's just say I am digging the setup. So there's some things that I need to add, like I want to add like a rug in here, but for the short term, it's working out. I mean, this is only day 2 in this room, but I'll give you a whirl and we'll go from there. So might as well just give you a tour. So we have the dresser over here with this tiered tray, which I need to get different decorations. I just kind of put random stuff there. And then if we're going over here, printer, all that stuff. And then this is where it all changes. So the sitting room area with the bookcases. That hasn't changed. But what I've done is put my 2 desks together, and I got this cool handy dandy plotting wall, which I'll have to like set up once I get to that, but I haven't. Here, so this side is going to be the filming, planning, that side. Then this side here is all about writing. So I'm kind of keeping them separate, but they are together since there is some crossover. Like obviously I do filming for my writing, right? And I did not know this, but this dual mount is like, it's massive. It takes up a lot of space. I'm not the biggest fan. It's very heavy, all that. But it is able to put the screens back to front. So that's pretty cool. And then I switched over to my phone instead of the normal camera just because it's easier to film longer duration with the phone than it is with my camera. It only has like 10-minute clips that I could do. So that is my new space. We'll see how it goes, but right now, day 2 of it, I like it. I was able to get like 2,100 words yesterday, which is awesome. I just was like, nah, I just need to do it. So let's go over here and take a look of what we have going on in NaNoWriMo. Obviously, I could do a screen share. It would probably turn out way better than what this is. But just for a quick and dirty, so yesterday, the 5th, I got 2108. Obviously, I didn't write on 4th of July. That is my July 3rd, July 2nd, and my July 1st. So we are on July 6th. So now I'm kind of getting ready to like start the writing. So what I'm doing is going to turn on my little tablet a YouTube ambiance channel of maybe like some beachy something like that. I think it would be really fun, and have that rolling on the side. Since right now I don't have my dual monitors, I'll have to use something else, which I mean I could always flip it back, but I feel like that's too much work. And so this is my plotting notebook for my Greek mythology stories. Even though they're really, I don't know, I feel like by saying they're Greek mythology, they're inspired by, I feel like they're nothing like a retelling. They're not a retelling. They are just inspired by like the characters for their abilities or what people thought of them, like Aphrodite, love. So it'd be like she's, you know, she's a matchmaker, that kind of thing. So I'm getting close to the black moment, which is the breakup. So I'm getting close to being done with the first draft. What I'm going to do is set my timer for about 20 minutes or so for my first Pomodoro, get that going, try to get into the flow. That is, I think, always the hardest part. It takes, I would say maybe like 2 Pomodoros, so about 40 minutes before I get like into the flow. I'm still doing dictation for the first draft. It makes it a lot easier. But I'm also, right, when I'm doing dictation, they are only 3 to maybe max 10 minutes duration of when I'm speaking. Just because I feel like it's harder to keep going unless you have a very, very clear image in your head. I'm trying to perfect that. So one day, I'm putting it out, that I would love to do a dictation masterclass. So like doing it live on YouTube, kind of going over my process, tricks, tips, what applications I use, all that. So leave it down in the comments if you'd be actually interested in a masterclass. It'd be totally free because it'd be just live on YouTube. just going through everything that I do to do dictation, to get your first draft. So I know I started my 3-hour cozy mystery series, which I need to film it. That's my hardest part, is I just need to sit down and film the rest of the segments I have, like going over Act 1, 2, 3, and 4. I just haven't had the time, but it is on my list. Maybe it could be something I do in like September. October is going to be a very busy month for me, so September, I probably will have more time. So without further ado, let's get into the writing. First sprint done. It was 6 minutes and I got 500 words. So I just completed the Inkling of Doubt, which is, while they are wanting love, conflict still exists. So that was that beat. And now we're moving on to the black moment, the breakup. And I think this is going to be a really good scene. Because can't really tell you. I want to tell you, but let's just say it gets a little stormy. And so I'm excited about this. I am making progress. So sitting right now, I am, let's see, for today, 1,023 words. And I am now on the All Is Lost. So this is going to be a major setback, and it's the characters return to them pre-meeting each other. So basically we have the two go off, they're upset, they're in their darkest moment, because it's a follow-up from their black moment, which is the breakup. So they're all just kind of figuring it out. They don't really know what they're wanting anymore. So that is where I am. It's 9 a.m. I was kind of doing something, so let's say looking at my time tracker. Okay, so at 7:54 I started writing, right? And then at 8:50 I did my second sprint. So within that hour I was putting together the clips that I had from the first, like, second day of Nano, or Camp Nano. So I'm putting them together along with all of these videos for this writing retreat at home, since it is still part of the week. So I'm putting them all together, and that's what I was doing, right, for that hour. I really need to get into time tracking because I am just all over the place. But it's okay because I'm 1,000 words in and it is 9 a.m. So that's pretty good. What I'm going to do is get a little snack because, I don't know, eating cereal in the morning is just not cutting it anymore for me. I think just because I've been, like, working out 5 days a week or so, it is just, my metabolism has increased, and with that I am just hungry all the time. So I'm gonna go into the kitchen, grab a little snack, and then we are going to write this next kind of scene, and then we'll move on. So making progress, it's slow going, but I guess not really, because what I have is this the 5K words per hour template from Chris Fox. So from the first sprint, I was essentially doing 5,000 words an hour. This one, I'm at 4,400 words an hour. So, I mean, I'm still keeping up pretty good, which is great. The only thing is, like, it would be so cool to be able to write for that duration, but I'm just not there. And I think that's maybe like, I just do kind of like bullet points. And so I think I need to be a little more detailed when it comes to my outline. So that's something that I kind of want to play around with. And when I get to maybe the next story or the revision is to continue adding more. Because I do have these like cool scene templates. And so I'm like, do I need to incorporate that into my outlining? I just don't know yet. But making progress. For the whole story right now, I think I am sitting at I don't know. I feel like for Scrivener, it should be calculating it, but it's not. I don't know. Maybe I just don't know what I'm looking at. It's project targets. I feel like there should be something. I will get back to know what my full word count is for this story, because I just can't find it right now. So I'm gonna go figure it out. Okay, so what I just did was I just highlighted all the different word dots, I guess. So I am sitting at 7,023 words, which is awesome. So I'm making good progress since I am getting to the all or loss. So I just have 1, 2, 3, 4 more. So if I get, like 500 words per each one, then we will be sitting at 9,000, which is awesome for the first draft. I don't know. I feel like this story is just like, it's missing a lot. So if I'm at 7,000 already, after the revision, we're going to probably be closer to like 15,000 or so, which is good because then now I am more in like the novella time frame. But at the same time, that means I will no longer be in the short reads category. So there's that. So I need to figure out how to keep them short so I could stay within that category, but at the same time, I don't want it to be super choppy. And for sure, this story is super choppy. I just don't really like it, which is a problem. So I'm hoping to go when I go to draft 2, I could kind of clean it up a little bit and add more character development because they're pretty boring people. And I don't want them to be. So struggling with that. Anyways, now to the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen, and I think what I've been doing is for the last few days is when I'm eating, the cereal, I've been having some trail mix, right? So it is 150 calories, 10 grams of fat, right? Because it's some nuts and stuff, 14 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of protein. So not too shabby. So I am going to scoop 1/4 of a cup of this out, and we'll be good. Have these cute little bowls. They're like perfect for the trail mix. And you know what? I think this last baby, yeah, it's the rest of the container for the package, which is great. So I'm so excited. I bought some books from a friend. She was selling them on Facebook Marketplace, and I was like, you know what? I'll totally buy those. I've been seen all the good things about is a good girl's guide to murder. So I got the complete set. So we have, that is the first one. The second one is Good Girl, Bad Blood. Third one is As Good as Dead. And then the Killjoy novella. So I'm excited to read these series. So excited. And I think this is on Netflix out in the UK and Ireland. So I'm like, are they going to bring the show to the US or not? Or are they going to make a US version? So similar to like what they did with The Office, they had the UK version and then they made a US version. So we will see. Since it is getting a little warmer outside, I am closing the office door if I can. There we go. It is the afternoon. We're coming up at 1 o'clock. So I have been doing some YouTube watching on planners because, right, it is the mid-year. So I'm watching some people on that. But it looks like it's getting a little cloudy. So I think there might get some afternoon thunderstorms, which I was going to bathe Tux outside. But now I'm like, I don't really want to do that. I can always do that because today's Saturday, so I could always do that tomorrow, which means I need to get my writing done because that is my number one priority, is to get the writing done, and then everything else could be pushed tomorrow. So I took like a little nap. I was watching, when I was eating lunch, I was watching the Percy Jackson, the TV show on Disney Plus. So it kind of, I guess, helped with inspiration a little bit for writing this story. And then I took a little nap because I was kind of falling asleep a little bit. And I think it was just from eating the large lunch, and now it's time to get back into the writing. So basically I need something to kind of like jumpstart me. And with that, I am going to take a little bit of time, review the scene, and then do another writing sprint. So I figured if I could do 2 more writing sprints, that would put me up to the grand gesture, and then I could take another break after that. So that is the plan. That sprint of 15 minutes got me 1,009 words, and it was pretty cool because I kept going. I started off in Becca's perspective, and then I switched off to a new scene, but I didn't stop the recording, which is, I always normally stop the recording if I'm switching between perspectives to keep it easier. But I just kept going because it was only, let's see, like Becca's, I only had like 146 words, and then when I moved to Zach, I got 863 words. And the AI, so I've switched over from GPT to Claude. So it's the Claude 3.5 Sonnet, I believe, yeah. And with that, it actually said switching to Zach's perspective, as it like kind of cleaned up my dictation by adding like periods and commas and quotes. Obviously, it's not, perfect, but at least it gives me a better, a cleaner copy, right? So I thought that was pretty cool. So that actually might make it a little easier. Then I could just kind of just go, and I could switch kind of mid thought. So made some progress, got 1,000 words. So I am so close to hitting today's goal, which I need to hit 7,742, and I'm at 6,606. So I need about like 1,100 more words, and then I could be caught back up on my graph for hitting 40,000 words in the month of July. So that is 4 short stories of roughly 10,000, right, words a piece. So making progress. We are now on, I always like how I say that, we are on, which you're not doing this, I'm doing this, but anyways, the lovers reunite, which is the aha beat, so they find a way to be together. So I'm gonna have a little bit of conflict coming up in this beat, but they're kind of getting back into be like, oh, well, you know, I really do love him and I love her, and then there's a little conflict, and it's like, can they actually really find a way to be together? And then, right, the grand gesture is, yes, they can, and then there's the happily ever after, and I'm almost done with the story. I feel like I'm really excited now that I'm coming to the end. So we are almost to the climax, which is the grand gesture. So I am in Act 3, getting to I think Act 4 starts here. I'd have to look back on my little chart where actually the beats split from Act 3 to Act 4, but so close. So for sure there, if I continue doing, you know, let's say 5, 10, 15, and then I'm not going to do like the epilogue or something like that. So I'm just going to end on like the happily ever after, because what I'm doing for this series is the epilogue is going to be like, I think, a little precursor into the next story. So that's how I set up the first one. So the Bullseye for Love, it ended in the epilogue of the third book, which I'm going to be writing after this, which is Uncorking Love. Because the book I'm writing right now, which I need to rechange the title because I've switched the guy. He is no longer Zeus. I think he is now Zephyrus, so the god of the north wind. So I'm switching who he is. So right now, this was my intention to be my freebie. So this would be like my reader magnet, my lead magnet. But I don't know if it is anymore. This actually might be book 3 in this series, so I'm going to try maybe move things around because I mentioned Poseidon, his name's going to be Peter, in this book. So I'm thinking the epilogue would be perfect for starting of his book. So there is, I would say, definitely crossover because, right, in the Bullseye for Love, I mention Penny, who is Persephone. So you have Persephone and Hades is going to have their own story. I forgot what I named him. Maybe I didn't come up with his name, but I feel like it'll be like Hale or Henry or Hank. I don't know if I like Hank. Maybe Henry. I don't know. Haven't thought of what his name is. But, so, I'm thinking since I have her, yeah. Well, we'll see how it kind of transitioned, but I'm thinking I'm going to leave off the epilogue because I think then that'll be what, how it goes. So, and because this story isn't as strong as the first one, I don't want this to be the freebie, because if people don't like the freebie, they're not going to want to buy the next book in this series. So, with all that being said, I It's not going to be the book number one unless I'm able to, like, in the revisions, like, beef it up and make it more compelling. Then it could go into the first one. But right now it's not. Anyways, okay, so on to the Lovers Reunite beat, and then Grand Gesture and Happily Ever After. And those kind of will, like, smush together in a way. And as you can see, I actually haven't plotted out what this scene is. So I actually don't have an idea of how I want the story to end, which is not very good. I do, okay, I take that back. I do have it on my major plot points, so I do have the resolution right here. So I do have that, but I haven't, like, broken down the scene. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. So I'm gonna go do this scene with a little bit of conflict, and then on to the end, and then I'll be done. And then that means I've completed one short story in a week. However, to be honest, I was about, like, let's see, 1,400 words into it before July 1st. So I started it, like, on June, whatever. But, you know, let's see, from this. So I have written the 6,606 words. And yeah, now I'm getting a notice that my storage is low. So I need to wrap this up and delete some other stuff. I am done with this short story. So I finally made it. My final word count is 9,319. Not too shabby for a first draft when I want to be around 10,000 words since these are short reads, but not too bad. So I'm so excited to be done. And then I just, in the intro page, let me find it for you all. Right here is the information where rough draft deadline 7/6/24. I originally had this draft for 7/31, so I am ahead. That's because these were going to be, like, full length, but I've changed them up and we're doing short stories. So excited. Now I get to start on the next one, Uncorking Love, starting on Monday. So I need to be doing my plotting for tomorrow to get ready for starting my new short story on Monday. Super excited about this one. I have a really good grasp of the story. So excited to be doing that. But thank you guys so much for coming along on this little short writing retreat at home. And for the first week of Camp NaNoWriMo, July 2024. 1 week down and 3 more to go. Let's keep on writing, and let me know in the comments down below what your writing project are, or what you're reading, because I would love to know, and we could chit chat some book talk. And with that, have a good one. Bye, guys.